Welcome back, you beautiful souls. This is James, also known as the Ochre Zerg. I will be going over part 0B to what if Deku was the shield hero. Like in the last part, just a little recap. Izuku had talked with the other cardinal heroes, and he got accused just like a Naofumi. But in this, just like in Noah's story, Rin and the Bo and Itsuki, like they view Izuku like later in the series that they view Naofumi. Like they don't outright believe that Izuku did this, and this is at the start of the anime versus towards the middle to 75% of the first season. So that being said, let's get back into this. So unlike in the canon Shield Hero, Izuku does have a weapon, technically, because he has access to One for All and Black Whip. He can do all the he can attack and defend himself. But that being said, he does realize that this is kind of ineffective. If he had a party, he could kill more stuff. Like, he can kill more of these creatures and things to level up faster. And unlike in canon, where that night, Izuku, Naofumi spent the entire night battling balloon monsters, and only gained one, and only got to level 2. In this, I'm gonna say, because he can use Black Whip and One for All, he's able to kill more shit and relieve some of this anger, because he realizes that in this world he is going to have to kill to survive, because he's lost his reputation. He's like Naofumi, he believes he understands this world is fundamentally different, and that he shouldn't wholeheartedly trust everyone. But that being said, that doesn't mean that Izuku's personality completely changed in one day. He's still the Izuku Midoriya that everyone knows and loves. He still wants to be a hero. He still wants to save people. And over the next few days, this will be more apparent to more people. So Izuku spends the night fighting monsters, and he's able to kill bigger monsters because he can just fucking pretty much, excuse the pun, One Punch Man their ass. Technically, he does have that ability. Plus, he has Black Whip, to where he can also attack with the tendrils as well. So Izuku spends the night killing stuff and collecting a lot more. And he does get a lot of orange balloons, and he's thinking, and he's okay, these things give low XP. Let's see if I can take on something a little bit bigger. And so he goes hunting deeper into the woods, because unlike Naofumi, who doesn't really have any fighting skills, real fighting skills at the start, Izuku has spent basically the past 2 years training to become a hero in his own world. So Izuku's more confident than Naofumi was at the beginning of the anime. He's more kind. He'll be more kind than Naofumi, at least to the people that he views as friends or allies. But he still won't readily trust people. He's not going to be that much. He's not going to be as big of a dick as Naofumi was, but Izuku's still going to, how do you say, be abrasive as hell. Basically, he's going to become, for lack of a better word, in the English language, a freaking edgelord in this one. Like, he's still going to be a kind person, still have that still be a hero at heart. So when it comes to killing humans, he's going to be extremely reserved, because a hero doesn't kill. Monsters, on the other hand, are different. They're not human. Just like in a bunch of like other different what ifs for My Hero Academia, everyone readily agrees is if Izuku had the power to do it, he would most likely destroy the Nomu, because it's no longer human, it's an animal. So Izuku spent the night killing larger animals and everything. He's collected a lot more stuff because he has one for all. Like, he's not stuck like Naofumi is with just like no attack abilities until you get later in the series, because of a few shields that he acquires. They're shields, but Naofumi learns to use them in unique ways. So, that being said, the next morning arrives. He comes to town, and he comes up to the market guy, like in canon Naofumi does. And he overhears that, and he plops down like the 40, like nearly double the amount of balloons that Naofumi had. And so he basically powers up like one for all, and his hand starts crackling, and then out of the other one, he produces a few black whips and proceeds to kind of put these things around the merchant's head. And in a very intimidating way, he kind of stomps the ground a little bit, creating a bit of a rumble, which does scare the living out of this merchant. He's like, what the actual fuck is this dude? In the back of his head, he's thinking this. And Izuku goes, and look, I didn't do it, and I only want fair prices. I don't give a crap if you like me, and I'll still like do my job and protect this freaking worthless nation from the waves, because that's what a hero does. He still saves people regardless of his personal feelings towards them. Basically, kind of intimidatingly talking no jutsu like this dude. And the guy's like, I'm sorry. Yes, like, of course, I'll give you the same price. I just remembered. And then Izuku's like, great, what can I get for these? And he plops down like a few fangs and a few pelts of some wolf-like creatures, like foxes and stuff like that. And the guy's looking at him and he's like, how the fuck? And then he like thinks, it's like, okay. So Izuku's going to have a little bit more cash flow than Naofumi would have being solo. So he goes to the blacksmith, and unlike in canon where he doesn't stick around, he does like stick around and interact with the blacksmith. The blacksmith asks him, he's like, what are you doing here? And Izuku's like, well, like a hero always keeps his word. I'm here to pay back for this cloak. Also, I didn't do it. I was framed, okay? The world I come from, people are trained to be heroes. We have these things called quirks. And it's led to a society of superheroes. And I was in school at Japan's top school for this. So the fact someone has accused me of this is something that's unexcusable. They've ruined my reputation, and if you think I'm lying, then you can piss off just like the rest of them. And then just like in canon, the blacksmith is kind of like, did see like the look in his eyes when he pulled him up against the wall. But in this one, Izuku kind of like grabbed his hand and pushed him off, and he's like, look, I didn't do it. And you think I would be stupid enough to stick around if I did? God, people in this country have no sense of rationality. So the blacksmith is like, look, I don't care if you did or not, as long as you have gold and you come here, I'll give you a fair price. And Izuku looks at the blacksmith and he's like, that's all I care about. See you later. So Izuku goes to an inn, and the innkeeper tries to like charge him like 40 silvers to like stay the night for like the day and everything. And Izuku's like, are you sure that's what your prices are? Just looking at the dude and like pumping up on one for all to a point where like electricity is starting to come from his body. And this kind of scares the innkeeper. It's like, oh, I do have one room left. It's not our most luxurious one, but it does have a cot, and it does come with a bath. And Izuku's fine, I'll take it. And the innkeeper says, that'll be 1 silver. 50 copper for today, and then 50 copper for the night. And Izuku says, I'm not going to need it for tonight. So the innkeeper, in that case, it will be 50 coppers. And you have until the afternoon to use the room. So Izuku agrees with this. He's still thinking that this dude is ripping me off, but hey, it's probably the best price I'm going to be able to get for now. So he goes up, he's sleeping and everything, and before he falls asleep, he makes sure that no one can come through that fucking door, like basically moving the rest of the furniture in the room against the door, and even blocking the like moving everything that's in the room against the door, and then like pulling out like a bedroll that he had like purchased throughout the day. And he's like that morning, but also during the morning, like he would see people that needed help and he would just help them, and people are like, thanks, I didn't want, even though like I don't want any help from like the shield here. And he's like, I don't care if you need help or not. If I see someone in need, I'm gonna help them out, regardless of who they are, including that And then he shuts his mouth at that word. And he helps a few people throughout, like, the morning before he get on his way to, like, an inn. So Izuku goes to sleep, and he's like finally resting. He wakes up in the afternoon to a knock to the door, and it's the innkeeper saying that they're going to need the room in an hour. Clean yourself up and basically get the fuck out, kind of thing. And Izuku's like, oh, well, whatever. And he's sitting there eating, like, in canon. And he's approached by the thugs, like Naofumi is, and they basically, Izuku says the same thing, that I will pay you guys, like, you guys will get paid based on the loot that we get, and you'll get an equal share of the loot that's dropped. But I will hold on to everything until we get back to town. And this is when, like, they're walking and everything, and they basically complain about it, and they're telling to, like, give him their money, just like in canon. And Izuku's like, ha, I kind of feared it. Why do you think I pulled you guys out here down this freaking alley? And he just proceeds to power up One for All and just punching the freaking sky, creating a massive wind pressure. And they're looking at him in utter freaking horror, and they're like, you are a monster, you are a freaking monster. Truly are the monster of the shield. You truly are a monster, you shield hero. Get out of here. Like, as they're running away. And then the slave trader approaches him like he does Naofumi, and he's like, I have some product that you may be interested in, shield hero. And Izuku's like, oh, and what would that be? And the slave trader says, slaves. And Izuku's not an idiot. He would have accidentally interfered when someone was, like, beating one of the demi-humans that owned them. And afterward, he apologizes and throws the guy 10 silver for the inconvenience and everything. And Izuku he's like noticeably, like, upset about this, but the law is the law, and he can't interfere with the law. He's already in enough trouble in this freaking country, he thinks. And he's like, fine, what kind do you, like, what are they? And as they're walking through, he says these are called demi-humans and stuff like that. And just like in canon, he shows him his best one, which is level 75, like the wolf, for lack of a better word, the werewolf guy. And he just hears like a faint help, like, very faintly. And he walks over to the cage, and he's shocked because he sees a little girl that is coughing and sickly, and then when he goes to, like, reach out to her, she recoils in fear. And then the slave trader goes on that her previous owner sure did like his torture, and that this one isn't long for this world any, like, that much longer. And just the look of fear on this to Izuku's small child's face gives him a flashback of, like, what he went through with Eri. And he's like, how much for this one then? And he's looking, and just like in canon, they agree on the price. So Izuku, like they do the whole, like the guy says, I'm gonna need a drop of your blood, blah blah blah, explaining the slave crest more in depth. And then he's more pissed and everything. He's like angrier than Naofumi is, but he walks up to the little girl and he asks her, he's like, well, if you're going to be traveling with me, I'm going to need a name for you. So if you, what's your name, young girl? As he's like reaching to her, and she kind of like recoils, and she's like, Talia. And then Izuku kind of like grabs her head, and like she flinches, and it's like, it's fine. I want to take you from here. If you want to come with me, you can. If not, that's fine too. But I think it'd be best if you came with me. And Raftalia just eerily is looking up at this guy, and she's like, okay, I'll come. And so, completely shocking the slave trader and Raftalia a little bit, Izuku kind of like picks her up and carries her cradle style. And he goes out into the woods, and Raftalia just sees like monsters have tried to attack him and her, and he's basically walking through the woods looking for herbs and stuff, because he did stop by the medicine shop because he had collected a few and gotten tools and everything, and asked about medicine. And he is searching the woods in the surrounding city for herbs to treat Raftalia's sickness. So he collects the herbs and stuff, and he basically like he hears like growling, and he says, "Are you hungry?" And it's like, and Raftalia does like the skittish thing, like in Canon's like, no sir, I'm fine. And then her stomach growls again, and she's like, I'm sorry sir, I'm sorry. And Izuku's like, don't worry about it, let's go over here. Do you like fish? And Raftalia kind of like perks up a little bit, and she's like, yes, I came from a coastal village. And this piques Izuku's attention. He's like, she came from a village? And like he catches some fish and cooks them up, and he hands a cup, like 3 of them, because they're not like big fish. It's like in canon, or like you can fit one on like a skewer, and it's kind of like eel-like looking. And he hands like these 3 spits to Raftalia, and she's like, are these for me, master? And Izuku's like, well, I'm not gonna eat them because I have these. And he like shows her like 5 more skewers. And he basically says, like, you won't have, like, if you want to continue traveling with me, we're gonna have to you're gonna have to learn how to fight. But in any case, I'm at least gonna get you fed, and here, take this. She sips it and like spits it out, and is like, ew, it's bitter. And Izuku says, well, it is medicine, and my mom always said, like, medicine, like good medicine will always be bitter. So he basically like tells her that if you drink this, it will help with like your sick, it will cure you. And after you take that, eat the fish, because that way we can treat We can treat your sickness, and you'll have the energy to recover. So she does, and then she cautiously is eating, and she eats one of the fish that was given to her, and then she kind of puts the other two down. And then Izuku sees this, and he's like, "Look, if you're still hungry, those are yours. And if you don't eat them now, we can preserve them with the. We can either toss them or save them for later. But they're gonna be yours. I've got my own food." And he's just sitting there making more medicine from the herbs and stuff that he had collected. And Reptalia just nervously eats the other two, and he decides, it's already late. He decides to basically make a camp there. And at this point, he's in an area that doesn't have too dangerous of animals and stuff, so it's palatable for him to stay there. So that being said, we are coming up on 27 minutes. I'm going to end this part here, and this will be part 0B. And in part 1, we'll go over the parts of episode 2 and episode 3 in Shield Hero. And this is the series that I will continue, just like it for the 200 sub special. It is a new series. I plan on doing 2 izakais with Izuku, and if you guys like this, I will come up with other izakais to throw Izuku into. So that being said, thank you all for all of the comments and the messages on Discord. For those of you who have joined, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already done so, and I'll put a link in for my Discord server in the description below. Please do come and join the community. I'm going to start putting a different tab for every what if that I do, and you can go there for general news for that what if. Also, I have already a tab for what if suggestions, so if you have any what ifs that you would like to see me do and come to with my type of storytelling, then please comment down below, or you can alternatively do it in the Discord server. So, thank you, beautiful souls. I will see you in the next episode, or next video.